we cannot have the real sangria. So this is the virgin sangria. No alcoholic beverage. So make sure that you just say that.
This is chilaquiles. It's a take on chips and salsa. You get with avocados and queso fresco. It's my friend used to live in Mexico for a while with her husband, and it's something they ate for breakfast a lot. And I like it all day.
Mm-hmm. and I believe that Dr. Wang made this. Did you make this? Okay. Now the important thing for you to see, if you're going to write an article about it, is the diversity that exists within the Spanish cuisine. We have in here dishes that are representative of different regions. We have Spain, we have the Caribbean in Puerto Rico, we have South America, we have Central America, and there is a big difference between the dishes. Contrary to what is believed, other countries eat other dishes, and the cuisine bears the imprint of the different groups that have either invaded or have conquered or live within the culture.
Okay.
You do notice though that rice is a basic staple in a lot of the dishes, and there's a lot of seafood and all those things which unfortunately we don't have here. Okay? Absent from the table is the wine. Okay? Because we do drink wine with all our meals, okay? So that's absent from the table because we're in the South. The wine and the beer and all the drinks, right? Especially if we get together for a big celebration like this, there will always be some wine.
Okay.
And of course there will also be some coffee and all the refreshments for the kids. And as you see, these are the members of the club.
Okay.
And two of them, Hannah and Shelby, have just returned from Guatemala, and they can talk to you. You should interview them.
Yeah.
That would be an excellent opportunity to include them in the newspaper and to talk to them about their experience in Guatemala.
Okay.
You know, what they learned, the immersion in the culture and all those things. Because
Right.
there are other students, these two students, well, Joshi also was in Guatemala, but Jennifer and Tiffany
Melissa Hurd.
and Ashley are interested in going to Guatemala. So why don't you give her an interview about your experience in Guatemala?
Yeah, that'll make sure that I'm clear on what this meal was a representative of. Is it just a typical Spanish celebration dinner?
Well, what she was wanting to accomplish with it was like a taste of something, of a dish from different Latin American or Spanish-speaking cultures.
Okay.
Spanish is Heritage Month.
Yeah, because Spanish heritage.
For Spanish, okay. And so basically it was just kind of a thrown together celebration of all different cultures,
like a mix.
Hispanic cultures.
Right.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so now on to Guatemala. Who wants to go first on basically how you decided to go there, what made you interested?
Dr. McCorney is the one that really pushed the effort to go. I enjoyed it.
What was it like?
It was pretty cool. We lived with a host family, and we went to school every day from 8 to 2, and we went on trips throughout Guatemala after school. So, I mean, it was a really good experience. I would encourage everyone
Definitely
to go.
To learn Spanish, it's a good trip because no one speaks English, so you're just thrown into it, and I mean it's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a little culture shock at first, but definitely worth it because you learn so much. In just a week, we had learned so much more than years of school.
How long were you there? Until
We were there
month.
a month.
You were there a month. Okay, what month?
May 9th to June 9th.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, before I forget, can you both state your name and maybe spell it if it's confusing?
Okay.
Shelby Guidry, and my last name is Guidry.
Okay.
Hannah Thomas, Hannah.
Okay. Simple enough. Let's see. What was your most enlightening experience there that made you just? It was kind of a moment that you'd always remember.
Sitting in the rain. McDonald's was a good thing.
Oh, yeah, we went to the Quetzaltenango is the city we were actually in Guatemala, and their soccer team was in the championships. So we got to watch a professional soccer game while we were there, and they lost. But, you know, and we had to sit in the rain for like 5 hours waiting on the game because it gets packed out extremely early. So
it was good.
that was one experience I know I'll always remember.
What was it like making friends there and different culture?
Well, there was people there from all over the U.S. just taking classes. I mean, people were there volunteering for an organization that was there. They were having parties and like they were dressing up like old people parties. I mean, it was just crazy, but it was pretty cool. I mean, you could find people that spoke English.
Yeah, there was a lot of all the Guatemalans they're extremely friendly. Like they'll come talk to you if you're sitting in the park. Central Park is like where everyone kind of hangs out, and they'll come talk to you and introduce themselves, maybe tell you a little bit about themselves, and ask you about where you're from, things like that. So it was really friendly environment.
So how has your education at SAU, how did it prepare you for this?
I mean, it allowed me to understand before I went over there what was going on. Like, I think if I would have just jumped into it without having any of the Spanish classes here, I would have just went home.
Plus, the culture there is so much more traditional than we are here. They're much more conservative and they're formal with you until you know them. So like you have to address them in a formal the formal things we had to be prepared for here in order to not disrespect anyone.
Right, that's a big thing. Okay, any finalized comments you want to make about how you'd like to do it again, or you kind of already said people should do it, one of you did.
I did.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be going back in March, hopefully. So, and then I'm going to go to Ecuador in November.
Wow.
So,
Great.
if you definitely can go, the school will pay for it, go for it.
Right, financial aid does help.
Yeah.
Like your financial aid,
You can get a summer Pell Grant.
Pell Grant to go, to help go.
And it's
Okay.
college credit, so go.
Yeah. All right, so I guess that about covers it.
And this is part of the celebration.
Okay, yeah, they mentioned
Like
that.
something to eat. You know, it's very important to have this type of event, you know, bringing the students together, especially the new students that are beginning and all those things, to be able to observe the sense of comradeship that exists within the upper advanced students and all those things, and to visualize themselves in that position at one point or the other. That's extremely important.